Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my fragrances, my favorite fragrances for the month of March. And yes, you'll see it's a bit different. The weather was really beautiful for the month of March. Usually here it's quite rainy and quite cold still in March, but this time it was quite sunny and warm and almost hot at the end of the month. So this is something that impacted also my choices in terms of fragrances. So the first one that I really wanted to wear, because I love to wear this fragrance for spring, and it is a fragrance by Dusita, and it is Splendiris. So this fragrance was a blind buy, I believe. Maybe, I don't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago. And yes, when I saw that, yes, she created an iris fragrance, and there was also, I read the notes, and the notes really, I don't know, there was something in the note that really screams me, like this fragrance was for me, and I was not mistaken. This was really a fragrance that I really enjoyed. I'm really happy I got it, but it was quite an expensive blind buy, so I was, yes, I was a bit worried, but in the end it was a really successful blind buy. So this fragrance is a really beautiful iris violet fragrance. Yes, there are lots of iris, of course, in this fragrance, but to me there are also lots of violet, and also the fact that there is this carrot seeds notes really emphasize the iris violet aspect of the fragrance. So I also really enjoy the citrus on tops, which makes it really sparkling, really bright and fresh. And also I really enjoy the quality of the floral notes here. The iris is beautiful, the rose, the jasmine, they are really well blended together. It's really beautiful. And in the back you also have a gorgeous vanilla that you detect almost immediately when you spray the fragrance, and you also have after that a more woody earthy background with the vetiver, the cedar, and the ambergris, a note also that I adore. So yeah, really a great fragrance. I think I'm gonna wear it also for the month of April. It's really gorgeous, and yes, I really enjoy this fragrance. I'm so happy when I can wear it again, and spring is really perfect for it. My next fragrance is also a fresh, sparkling, uplifting floral that I love, and it is number 5, but low version. I really adore this version. As you can see, I finished my bottle this month, and yeah, I really enjoyed this fragrance when it was launched. I believe it was in 2016, and I'm still loving it. I love that this is a brighter, fresher version of number 5. I like number 5. I really recognize the work behind. I love this fragrance. This is an iconic fragrance, but still I don't see myself wearing it. But I really enjoy L'Eau and the Eau Première version. Yes, and what I love in this one is that you recognize these Chanel aldehydes. Yes, for me they are really uplifting, screaming comfort and confidence at the same time. And you have lots of citrus in this one, which are really bright and uplifting. I love all these citruses. It has also some mandarin. So this fragrance somehow gives me the same vibe than Splendiris, even if they don't smell alike at all. But they have something like a similar vibe to me, and they share also some similar notes, like the iris, the jasmine, the rose, the cedar, the vanilla, the mandarin orange. So you have all these common notes, so maybe this is why, but this one is more citrusy, more on the aldehyde side. And you have also this beautiful common floral background that you have in the number 5, the number 5 signature DNA, this jasmine, the rose, the iris. And I love that you have also this vanilla and the cedar behind. So yes, another great one. I finished my bottle, but I have a backup of this one. But this is one that's working in all year long, I would say. This is really an all year long fragrance. It has been my signature fragrance for when it was launched. I believe I wore it for a year. And yeah, I'm still loving it. I'm still enjoying it. My next fragrance is also another Chanel fragrance, and it is La Pausa, or La Posa, I don't know how you pronounce that. This fragrance is quite new in my collection. I tried it, I believe I got a sample with my purchase of, I don't remember, but another Chanel fragrance. And I really enjoyed it, so I thought that it would be a great one for spring. And it did. Indeed, I believe this is great for, let's say, I would say half season, middle season, like spring and autumn. Also, I believe it would be really great for autumn too. So you have, of course, this iris, but it's a bit powdery, but you also have some woody, earthy notes behind. It's green, but in the sense earthy green, I would say. And in that sense, it's yes, for spring it's really nice. But I wore it and I was a bit disappointed by not by the scent. I really enjoyed the scent, but by the longevity of the fragrance. Usually this is not something that bothers me, but on me this one just doesn't last at all. So, and I believe, yes, I need to wear it more to get more familiarized with the fragrance. I believe we still need to spend some time together to get used to each other. So I still have to wear it more to have a most complete view, let's say, most complete impression of this one. For the moment, it's still pretty new in my collection. I enjoyed it, but yes, I was just a bit disappointed by the longevity, but yeah. My next fragrance is really the one that screams spring to me, and it is Vol de Nuit by Guerlain. So I've been talking lately about this fragrance. I really enjoy it. I believe in the classic ones, this may be my favorite. Yes, I think so. I think that this is my favorite classic by Guerlain. So what I really enjoyed in this one, you have this soapy, citrusy opening. So I believe it's not listed in the notes, but I believe there's a bit of aldehydes in this one. It's green. You definitely feel the galbanum and the petit grain. So you have this green citrusy opening, and yes, with this soapy aspect. And after that, you really have this green floral vibe, I would say, with the narcissus. It's also a bit spicy. Maybe there's some carnation here. I don't know, but behind you really have this impression of green, soapy, almost sappy, vegetal, with something earthy and woody. And you have also this vanilla behind that makes it really pleasant and makes the fragrance warmer and rounder, I would say. So yeah, this is really great love for me. Great love. And as you know, if you've seen my last video, so for you it was maybe a few days or 1 week ago, something like that. But to me, I unboxed this fragrance almost a month ago. It took me ages to be able to, yes, to do the editing of the video. I won't go into the technical details, but I had some issues with my computer, so I had some more time to spend with it. And this fragrance is Vol de Nuit. So this is they say parfum on the box, but I believe this is the extract version. So this is the 30 ml bottle. And yes, this fragrance is really gorgeous. I believe, I won't go too much in details because yes, I've talked a lot about it lately. But as I said, it's really multifaceted. It has so many aspects. It's gorgeous. I believe this is a really gorgeous creation. Definitely screams spring to me. This green aspect of the fragrance, the narcissus, that goes slightly leathery, even more leathery on my skin, a bit animalic with a hint of vanilla behind. It's just so beautiful. I really love this fragrance. I love this kind of fragrance, this kind of DNA, I would say green floral with some vanilla behind. This is really something that I adore. And yes, this one does not disappoint. Just that I believe this is something that I prefer to wear for the evening. So this became something like my evening scent. And I love to wear this one, so the EDT version during the day, and this extract version for the night. I think that it really shines on my skin for the night, and I love to sleep with this one. This is one that I love to wear for sleep, so yes, I'm so happy I got this bottle, and yes, of course the bottle is gorgeous. My next fragrance is also another Guerlain fragrance, and it is Angelic Noir. So talking about gorgeous green fragrances with some vanilla behind, this is exactly what it is. So yeah. Yes, I was so happy to bring it back, because I don't know, sometimes you forget about fragrances and you wear them again and you're rediscovering them, and this is what I'm having now. So this is a new love. I already fell in love with this fragrance, and I feel like I'm falling in love with it again. It's just gorgeous. So I love this fresh, crunchy opening. Yes, this green, fresh and crunchy opening that you have with the Angelica. And it's slightly rounder and a bit more floral also. Quite peppery and spicy, but not as much as in Annie, you know. So when I smelled Annie by Nichane, this is the first thing that I thought about was Angelic Noir. But I really do prefer Angelic Noir because, you know, to me, the spices are more well balanced. I don't have the impression to have my nose into a spice cabinet. So I really do prefer this one. To me, this is more elegant, more well balanced, more well blended. So beautiful. And the vanilla behind, really creamy and spicy and really beautiful. I love that one. So great. Yes, I believe I'm gonna wear it even more next month, because yeah, this is really one I'm really eager to wear even more. So, or even for a night out, I don't know. So gorgeous. So my next fragrance was something I already talked about in my discoveries of the month, I believe, and I got a travel spray of it, and it is Orphéon by Diptyque. So this is really the one that I really enjoyed in the last releases. I know they released lots of rose fragrances lately. They were nice, but I don't know, in the recent releases, I believe only this one and maybe, is it Venice something? Yes, the Venice one, also the special edition or limited edition was really nice. And this one, I really enjoyed it because, because it's green. So this is the perfect moment to wear it, and I love green fragrances. But I love this note of juniper berries on top, which is really bringing something like pine, almost pine needles. Really have something like, yeah, smelling like a forest, like trees, like the sap of the trees, the needles of the pine, something like that. Which is bringing almost something a little bit more masculine, I would say. It has a more masculine vibe, but after that, there's something like some florals and some sweetness coming also behind, and a really comforting background that makes it really unisex. And yes, I just really enjoy it. I think it's really gorgeous. The day I tried this fragrance on the store, I don't know, I went to some other stores after that to finish my shopping. And I had lots of compliments. I was really surprised because I didn't think that it was something that people would enjoy, except me, I would say. But yeah, I really love this fragrance. I think in the kind of, what was the other one by Chanel that was released? Paris et Dimbourg, you know, these fragrances are giving me this kind of vibe, you know, this green, fresh, but also with the warm background, quite elegant. I really enjoy also this type of fragrances, so this one was a good one. My next fragrance is a fragrance by Givenchy, and it is from their private collection, La Collection Particulière, and it is Trouble-fête. So I believe that I already talked about this fragrance. They have a really great collection. I never hear about it, but they're definitely worth a try. They're definitely worth more attention, I would say, because I almost enjoyed all the fragrances that I tried from this collection. So this is really dangerous for me, because when you want to have all the collection of something, that's a bit expensive, of course. So yeah, I bought this one in store in Paris. So I went to the boutique, so I was able to personalize the top here. Yeah, you can personalize the cap. So it comes with the Givenchy logo. Otherwise, you can personalize it. So this is the one I chose. So that was really pretty. So the scent, what does it smell like? So this one is the fig fragrance from the collection. I'm not a great fan of fig usually, but I really enjoyed this one. It was not too coconutty, I would say. It's really fruity. It's a fruity fig, but also really green. Like you have the fruit and also the leaves of the fig. So it's not too milky, I would say, but because when it goes into the milky coconutty territory with the fig, I'm not especially fond of that. But I really love the freshness, the brightness, the fruitiness of this note here, and the greenness, of course, with the leaves. So it's really well made, and I really enjoy it. It's really uplifting, easy to wear. Like, I see it also like an easy reach for an everyday scent. Definitely office friendly, and it's mixed with an addictive note of sesame. So sesame for me is really, really addictive. I love this note, and when you have it in a fragrance, it's like nuts, sesame, rice, this kind of notes that are really addictive. Yes, and it works really well. So this is also another perfect spring fragrance to me. And I also really enjoyed it this month. I'm eager to wear it even more. Another fragrance I've been wearing a lot this month, especially when it was really warm. So you can imagine we had 25 degrees in March. It's something crazy here to imagine that. And this is a fragrance I've already been talking about. This is Nerolia Vetiver by Guerlain. So this is the new Aqua Allegoria. So yes, this is also the new bottle with the new logo. I talked about it also. This is the recycled bottle and refillable bottle. So this scent is really fresh, uplifting. This is a beautiful Neroli, but with the fig also, which is mixed with the fig. But here the fig is quite creamy, and it works really well with the greenness of this fragrance, with the Neroli note, with these white flowers, which are really not indolic at all, because sometimes not especially the Neroli, but the orange blossoms, often they are mixed together, and the orange blossom can be a bit indolic also. This is not the case at all. It doesn't also remind me of baby wipes. A little bit of baby products maybe, because yes, you have this kind of notes in baby products. But it's not too grandma-like. I would say this is also something that I'm always afraid with Neroli, but it doesn't go into that direction. I think it's quite useful and fresh, uplifting, elegant. This is exactly what you expect from an Aqua Allegoria, and this one is really, really a great one. So if you have not tried this one yet, and you love Neroli and the Aqua Allegoria, I believe, yes, you need to try this one. So my next one is, what a surprise, again, a Guerlain. And it is also a Neroli and orange blossom fragrance, but treated completely differently. It is a flanker of Shalimar, and it is Shalimar Souffle d'Oranger. So this is usually one that I really enjoy for, let's say, May, June, when it starts to get warmer. So you have this Shalimar DNA with this opening that is really citrusy, but also reminding me a little bit of, Souffle de Parfum, with this note. I don't remember if it's Calone that reminds me of melon, So I have a little bit of that, but hopefully just a little bit, because melon and me, we are not friends. And so I really have this orange impression with the mandarin orange, but also have lots of Neroli and orange blossom, but they are more, let's say, sharp. No, they are less sharp than in Nerolia vetiver, and they are really, let's say, creamy. With the you really have an impression of creaminess in this one, with the white florals, the sandalwood, and the vanilla, especially. So this is, I believe, the vanilla and the sandalwood that are really bringing this creamy impression in this fragrance. And yeah, it's a really solar fragrance, really smells like holidays, almost summer holidays. So yeah, another really great flanker. They have so many flankers of Shalimar, but I love almost all of them. So my next fragrance is a fragrance by Yves Saint Laurent, from their private collection, and it is Capeline. So yes, this one definitely screams spring, summer, holidays, almost the beach, the sea, because it's really solar. Yes, it's a solar fragrance, but at the same time with the lilies, this fresh opening with the lilies, which are bringing also this green aspect to the fragrance. But after that, you have lots of notes that reminds me of the summer holidays. So yeah, you have this green, green and fresh opening, citrusy opening with the lilies and the citrus. But after that, you have the ylang ylang and something salty, like salty ylang ylang with vanilla. Yes, and when you smell that, you feel like you're going on holidays, and the name of this fragrance, I think, is really spot on, like Kaplin. This is the name of this big hat. I don't know if it's the same in English, but this big round hat that you wear for the holidays to protect yourself from the sun. And yeah, it really reminds me of summer holidays. This is really, really pretty. And I think in the warm, it went really well. Because it was really warm this month. My next fragrance is a fragrance that I've had for a few years now, and it is a fragrance by Hermès. It is Un Jardin sur le Toit. So also this one screams spring to me. I really love this fragrance. I really adore it. I believe this is my favorite one from this collection. And this is the one that I've been starting wearing when I started working in Brussels. So it really reminds me of spring in the cities. Spring in Brussels. It also reminds me of Paris somehow, when I used to work there and I used to picnic in the park at lunchtime. So I really have some memories of association with this fragrance, and this is maybe why I enjoy it so much, but still I also really enjoy the scent of it. So it smells really green in the sense that you have this grass feeling with some aromatic notes, I believe, with the rosemary. And you have also this fruity touch brought by the apple note, and you get some rose behind. So this is mainly what I have, the rose, the aromatic notes, the greenness, and the apple on top. But the mix of all of this invites you to walk into a garden, but in a city. I don't know how, it has something like a city vibe to this fragrance. So this is really, really well made, because the inspiration behind is the Hermès garden, which is on the roof of their building in Paris. So yes, this is spot on. A really great creation by Jean-Claude Ellena, of course. And another one that I've been enjoying a lot is another creation by Jean-Claude Ellena, and it's also another fragrance from this collection. And it is Un Jardin sur le Nil. I have some space here, yes. So I believe I wore this one maybe a little bit more than Un Jardin sur le Toit, because I think this one is maybe more versatile in the sense that it works in many situations, and I also really enjoy this one even more when it's raining. So as I'm living in a region in which it's raining a lot, I believe this is maybe why I wore this one more. So this one is also green, but has also something like an aquatic touch to it. It's really hard to define how it was, which note brought this aquatic touch to this fragrance. It's harder for me to pick notes in this one, except the tomato leaf. So this one for me, I'm sure there's tomato leaf in this one. There's also a fruity note, so I believe this is mango, but after that I'm a bit unable to say what's in this fragrance. I just have something like a green, watery floral notes. And yeah, this is really pretty. I would say even maybe more unisex than Un Jardin sur le Toit, even if Un Jardin sur le Toit to me is completely unisex. But I definitely see men and women really enjoying Un Jardin sur le Nil. So, and I believe this is the most popular one. But yeah, I still prefer Un Jardin sur le Toit. I don't know, I'm really attached to this one, but because of my memory association. Okay, so let's talk about my discoveries of the month. So I tried the new fragrance by Heeley, which is called Athenean. I don't know how you pronounce that, but okay, I'm trying to focus. Yes, Athenean. Okay. So this is their new fig fragrance. So yes, I wanted to give it a try because I really love Heeley fragrances. Even if they are not my taste, I always enjoy them. I always enjoy their creation, the way it's blended. I think they are really great fragrances. So, and this one did not disappoint me, like in the sense that I love the green opening. It's really sharp green. You have this, it smells like grass really at the opening. Like really the sap, the fresh grass. Yeah, that's exactly what you get. But after that, you have this fig note, which is not, let's say, completely to my taste, in the sense that it's quite milky, creamy, a bit coconutty, almost. Yeah, you almost have this, is it Calon? This Calon note that I don't like? But I think it's here. And there's also something like aromatic, but I cannot really pinpoint what it is. I smell something aromatic, but I don't know what. But it really smells like putting your nose into a garden, you know, having a walk in the how would say, arid nature in the south of France. When you have these really dry trees with the wide fig trees, with all these wild also aromatic plants that are growing naturally from the land, or naturally in the nature, let's say. But yeah, it really smells like this. So in that sense, I think that it's really well made, really well blended. I love all the green and aromatic aspect of it, but this is maybe the creamy aspect of the fig that I enjoy less, but it's a matter of taste. I mean, the fragrance is really great. My next discovery that I really enjoyed was a fragrance by Memo. So I really love Memo fragrances. They are really great to make leather fragrances. And this one also didn't disappoint me. So this was not a new release, but I never had the occasion to try it. Maybe, yes. This is Russian leather. So this is another aromatic and green fragrance. And I really love this one. So even if I believe this may lean a little bit more masculine, but I could wear this one, definitely. And it reminded me also a bit of another fragrance I have, and I smell also. Yes, so it made me think a bit of Bottega Veneta. Is it the one for men? So is it Eau pour homme or Eau pour homme extrême, something like that? I don't know. So I have the same vibe from this one. So what I get, I have this fresh pine note, green. So you have this impression of trees, but pine trees with really this resinous aspect of the trees. Of course, you have some lavender, some leather. I have some other aromatic notes and some woody notes behind. And I have something sweet and warm and comforting behind, which is really lovely. I believe it's the tonka beans here that I smell already. And I just love it. It's just really well made. I have something like a dry wood note also in there that I really like too. It's a really great one. It makes me think a bit of, is it New York by Widian? That I also really like. So usually people say, oh yes, but it smells like designer. Yes, okay, it smells a bit like a men designer fragrance, but really well made, and it smells just really great. So yeah, it's expensive, but it's good. So okay, and I believe that's it. I tried some other fragrances, but honestly some were a bit disappointing for me. I had a great disappointment, especially with the new Creed fragrance. So yeah, so I won't talk about that. I don't know if you've tried it, but yeah, it was not a love for me, so I won't put it in my favorites of the month. So voila, I hope you enjoyed my fragrances. Maybe you noticed, but I had maybe a bit less fragrances this month because I really enjoyed wearing the same fragrances. I've been wearing them a lot. And yes, tell me what you've been wearing for the month of March. And I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!